Hello everybody, Hexo15, and today we're playing Amnesia the Dark Descent. This is my Halloween game. Hold on, I need to turn on the light.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Alright, so disclaimer, I've only played up to the water dude. So once we get past that, I'm gonna be completely blind. Hold on, let me check if the video is correct, cause okay, I think that's dark enough. Oh, creepy, spooky games. Okay. Notes. We have Jack. Follow the liquid trail and find its source. Oh. Blood. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's leaning. Okay, I'm gonna raise... I don't want to raise the brightness too much, but... That's way too bright. Holy cow, that's like... Okay. Oh well. Didn't like that. If you remember, I think it was last Halloween, we played Machine for Pigs. So, this Halloween, we're gonna play the first... the first game. Which... oh... holy cow, this game is dark. Guess someone doesn't want me to leave. I actually found this game when I was watching Jack's... No, it was PewDiePie. I think he was the first YouTuber I actually saw play this game, and I was like, oh, this is creepy. Hold right stick to move, blah blah blah. And I thought this game was like really scary. Who would be desperate enough to play this game? And I later decided, you know, Halloween, might as well. I want to play this game with the lights off, but the problem is, it becomes way too dark for my camera. Like, I can't even see anything. Oh. shadows want my footsteps. Let my character have a look. Alright. It should be... Oh, that's horror game 101 right there. Hey! This door opened. Let me go in. Oh, I think that's just a shirt. And I think the people who made this game made Penumbra, which is another spooky game. Okay. I'm gonna explore more. I do not know what sanity does still. Like, I don't know what sanity does. I know it does something. I just don't know what. And when I played this game the first time, I wasted all my oil so fast. And there is an achievement in the game for beating the game in hard mode. Okay. Okay. This is still a tutorial, I'm just making sure I don't forget anything. Cause, let's see. I just don't know what sanity does. I mean, I know in the new Amnesia game, Rebirth, sanity actually causes your character to have like a panic attack. Okay, I know this is gonna kill my eyes, but I need to see everything in that room just in case there's something of value. So, breaking horror game 101. Okay. Okay, nothing in them. I'm gonna fix the brightness once I just do my... I just want to make sure. Okay. I think I had like a 0.45, so I just need to switch back. Oh! I have no clue what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I think today's Halloween actually. Happy Halloween! Huh. What am I? Don't think this. I can't see. Oh, lovely. How much oil? Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to save. More tinder? I have no clue that... Where has my sanity? Oh dear. There we go. Haven't found any notes. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. Okay, first note.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there'll be anything... Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
I'm sorry. I just like how cordial past Daniel is about this. He's like, hey buddy, you remember me? I need you to kill someone. Yeah. Okay. Oh dear. Did not mean to do that. Okay. Fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights, he thought, just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople. Oh wow. And this is the hub for now.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brandenburg.
Cool. Okay. Mementos. Some sort of organic tissue blocks the path to the refinery. Can it be dissolved? If I remember correctly, that thing will hit you if you get too close. Alright. Let's try to get out. Alright. We need to be sparing on the oil, cause oil is like sacred. And if you don't know what the darkness is the thing that goes bumpity bump in the night. Wine cellar. I'm gonna go through the laboratory. Oh, someone's mad. Is that spider mad? Oh wow. I haven't played this game in a few years, so I don't really recall what I'm supposed to do exactly. What I do recall is things get a little crazy. But that's hinting at a new monster.
There should be more cooperite. Let me see. And one part aquaforce.
That's a hint to how to make something, if I recall. Okay. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency and need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cooperite binds them well. This time I would attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, in hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acidic, and highly acid, and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissues react especially violent to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I'll find an alchemy solution to my predicament. So we need calamine, orpiment, cooperite, and aqua fortis. Wait. Yeah, we're gonna lose so much. This is... Oh, it's one of those, Okay. I think that just is supposed to give you insight on character... Okay. What is this? Chemistry pot. Here's the instructions. Let's do it. The lack of chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can, move them to the wine cellar. Oil? Okay. I think this location's just meant to be a little hint. So we need to go to the Rhine cellar now. Where did that come from? Okay. It won't budge. Ow. I was just there. I don't think the monsters really get aggressive until like... I think once we go to the wine cellar, I want to say. Archives. We'll take a look here then. I think these are like fragments of Daniel's memory. Hello?
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
I have to say this game definitely does scary, right? Okay. La 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 la. This is catalogs. I think this alright. Tender! Ooh, a note. Wilhelm's contract. I hereby offer my full attention services to Alexander Baron of Brandenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brandenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian Warrior Court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal. Wilhelm, House of Gerisch. Something tells me that Wilhelm is, Wilhelm dead. Okay, that was tactless. Hello? This is Studium? What's a study? Oh, I guess that's... Nothing. Please, some oil. Or tinderboxes. Sorry, books.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Okay. Let's think. Liber Veteris. That looks like the history, local history. Okay. Actually, I want to go back. Wish there was a map. I said I was going to be sparing with the torch lamp, but... Okay, did I have... Oh wow, it does. That's cool. This is floor plans. Alright.
May 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
That's a bit interesting. Okay, I think we found all the Algeria chapters. Yeah, we did. Nice. Alright, so he found a magic crystal. It showed him impossible images that drove him half insane, possibly. Which, if you don't know what that might entail, it could entail, this might be a Lovecraftian game. That's not good for me.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble, and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Oh. Okay. Ooh, chest. Give me something good to eat. Oh. Shish kebab. I guessed. Oh.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Okay. I vaguely recall this. Okay, so the door is locked, right? I just need to find... Okay, there's one. Oh. 2. I just want to know how many switches. Oh wait. Okay, Alstad and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Alstad, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains, dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear the proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves with in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twist on the tale, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. Okay. I'm not that good at reading stuff. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30-Year War. It is said the soldiers were abandoned their duty, got lost in the cold dark woods, and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as hard revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They're called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside the damp pearl-up eggs dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? Okay. A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records at the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was the mysterious man who visited a sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? Alright. The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lived a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Alstadt, and like most, those of noble birth, rumors are inherited along with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of this country. Cool. Okay. Demonic Screech. Regarding closing of the wine cellar. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. Oh, that's just freaky. I need... blah blah blah. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe will feed them some wine. It would in sense solve both of my problems. Yes, lovely photos. I have a half dozen of those at my house. Good. Oiba. Hello? Oh. I don't think he's happy.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Alright. Let's see. Wait a minute. Is that a body? Oh. Okay, let's... Okay, this is the...
Something's wrong. Oh, so wrong.
This is... California. See, tender. someone's upset. Hold it. There you go. Okay, we needed calamine. Hold it, let me just go through my notes. We got calamine, we need orpiment, coprite, and aqua regia. That's cuprite. Okay. So we need orpiment and aqua regia.
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Except we're not getting out of here alive.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
I'm impressed. Wilhelm went out like a champ. Like, he knew they weren't gonna make it. He was like, do I want to live? Most definitely, but... Oh, is this a suicide note? Okay. My name is Wilhelm, House of Garish. These are my final words, my confession, and statement. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the castle of Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what the supposed Knight of the Order would want from me, and accepted the invitation. The bearer was friendly, offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of this contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past and not the honors I've been awarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions in return. He would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position within noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly, and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I brought men, women, and children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even over 100. None of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up, and returned upstairs. Forgive me what I've done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes, and I can no longer... I assume he was gonna say C. Aqua Regia. Wilhelm, you went out like a champ. I salute ya. So these are the supposed gatherers, the people who collected people. Okay. We got calamine, cuprite, and aqua regia. So all we need now is sanity. ... Think that's the game's way of saying it. I'm using so much oil right now. We need to go back to the... Alright. Let's read the notes. Okay, what did the notes say first? He said calamine, orpiment, cuprite, then aquavite. Okay. try this again. Oh dear. Yeah, I want to try something, because I know there's a ending where you just prematurely leave, so I want to see if I can do this. Okay. Oh, we're finally.
Dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Well, that didn't answer my question.
It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Okay.
25th of June, 1839. I feel the need to continue this journal, even though it was intended for my journey to Africa. This must be something very important. I just know it. I've taken it upon myself to piece the orb back together, but it's been more difficult than one might think. The pieces are behaving strangely. They seem to change color, shape, and texture, but ever so slightly. Yesterday, I took careful measurements and notated any significant markings. Today, I confirmed my suspicions. They were changing. I was terrified and rushed off to see the finest geologist in London, Sir William Smith. I approached the subject with care, and we discussed how rocks change form. He told me about the nature of glass, how it eventually collapses on itself, like ice slowly melting over the course of centuries. Smith eased my mind a bit, but I can't escape the feeling that these shards have otherworldly properties.
Something is here. Oh, this is disorienting. Is it because I'm brain dead? Oh, this is so disorientating. Wait. Tend to... But
Cellar Archives.
he crashed to the surface. The dark Atlantic water smothered him as he struggled to make sense of the situation. I don't think I'm losing my sanity here. Do they want me to... Oh, I got it. Alright. I can't see. I really need to see. Is this cheating? Cha. Okay. Oh. You freaking... There's a key. I'm gonna change the brightness only when I have a tough situation to get through and I need to see.
have an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
Ooh, look at them lions. I don't trust this. I knew it. Machine room, that's probably where we need to go. Let's take a look around. Study. Guest room. Probably where Daniel reside. And where does this lead? Storage. Alright. We're gonna start with the machine room because theoretically I think the machine room will be the first place. That's one creepy looking baby. I'm checking for like hawk or eagle. I can't tell. I'm not really good at telling the difference between two birds. Alright, so let's go to the study. Are those dogs? Bibble. Letter regarding the discovery of Noop. To my most trusted student and friend, Johan Ryle. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I've been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Heliodrums described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was, as it was told about, an underground Mithric temple crowned with an unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed, while rich contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Owlstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trios, when I finally found the cavern. I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in a lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately, they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echoed through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly, a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still, until this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night, listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It's been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest in ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Alstead. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Ooh. So that's how he ended up there. Okay, so that's nice. That means he did die. For now. Tender. Controls a little dicey in this game. What the blimey? Oh look, it's one of these. I think it's a sheik. Is it a Sheikah? Looks Arab actually. Let's see. Wait, is this a chest? Wait, is that a cross? Oh, a little religious for my taste. I guess everyone has something. Surgery? Oh no! Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was crude even to me. I have a cat and I would never want to throw its head to the side like that. Oh, that's not something you should joke about, sorry. Animal experiment, Canis lupus familiaris, 1658, April 12. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dark. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy, since this creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture, and to enable my real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that the only human beings are able to produce the amount of necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. I'm assuming that is the Baron.
Let's see what you have to offer. Yes, I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
What a psycho. I was right. It was Alexander. Oh, that's just sadistic. Fido, I apologize for the suffering you have been given. But at least it's not me. Oh no. Why does it? Ugh. He has only a... Hello. Anatomy Frontiers. 1658. January 9th. Further disappointment. The Antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life in its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly, humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will survive as they would prove less of a hazard to a cryo. Well, at least he's being logical about it. Okay. A little too much detail right there, buddy. You're not David. If you don't know what that means, there was a statue named David. And supposedly it's... Oh, I get it, we're hearing... Take a deep breath, Chris. Okay, I'm calm. That almost got me. Alright. I think that's it. We need to refill. Okay, I guess the dogs howling and stuff are the echoes of the past. Deals. Find another way around the railway in the study. Oh. Well, that's convenient. The darkness, or shadow, or the bogeyman. I guess he's trying to be a good guy. Don't you... Okay. Lovely. Something is out there. And it wants my butt. Holy cow! Jeez! Jeez Louise! Looks like the shadow really wants me dead. I'm assuming it's the shadow making those weird thingamajigs. Emergency decelerator. Okay, this guy is a bit of a genius. I'll admit to that. I don't know if that's valuable. We're not touching it. Let's see the memory. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries from where I came. Mankind has not even wasted a breath, yet I bow to you? I have done so much for you, and I've gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who in all fairness should have entered that gate. Okay. What is that about? So what? I feel like this is really Lovecraftian. It just feels a bit Lovecraftian. I mean, being... Oh wait. Elevator machine instructions. If the elevator breaks down, make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Adjust the levels to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meters inside the chamber. The meters should read up 8, down 8. Actually, let me write that down. What's Amnesia Steam up It. Don't. It. Okay. Make sure the flow is set according to the following chart. Trinity steam set functions for phase amplitude, complete steam flow cycle. Okay. Trinity steam set function for phase amplitude. I don't know if I think the notes might only save this stuff, but I'm gonna be sure. Complete steam flow cycle. Note that the machine will not check proper configuration until all rods are inserted. Oh, that's a rod. Okay. So, yeah. I hate that. I mean, I don't like dogs, but I would not want to torture an animal. It just feels immoral. Okay. Big boy McGee is really mad. What if the shadow is actually Cthulhu and he's just like, The end! I died! Tread carefully. Well, maybe you should tread your confidence. Oh well. Didn't lose anything. If this was... Okay. I think I clipped. Okay. I think I got what I came for. Yeah. Well, that was the study complete. Herbert's trunk was wrapped in rope. The lock had been broken by thieves, he assumed. He wondered if anything had been left considering all the hands it had passed. I think they talk more about Herbert in the third game. He climbed out of bed and looked out the window. It was completely dark. He waited, glanced at the old clock, and waited some more. 4 hours, 4 o'clock, he thought. It's enough. I guess.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
That sounds like Daniel.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible.
The shadow.
French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Okay, so Abdullah comes back butchered. How do you know it's not Abdullah who attacked Herbert and just wanted pity? That's the thing. If you're being treated badly, you're gonna snap. Okay, let's see. That didn't work. Oh well. Oh, is this where they're gonna teach us how to hide? Let's just open this up. Okay. What? Okay, that's a item of interest.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
Oh, that is a good point. If that's not...
Daniel,
What?
still having nightmares, I see.
Yes, I can't shake them. They come every night.
We'll put a stop to them. You'll see.
Alright. I'm assuming they're gonna teach us to hide, right? Wait. Tinder! Okay, that was mildly disappointing, actually.
The key. Please, let it be here.
Okay.
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange. Oh, thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Okay. That wasn't so bad. Sir William Smith had been mocked. There was no way for him to know that the young man from the other day had such a terrible shadow. Huh. Okay. We know which way we need to go, so let's just take the storage, because there's probably something in the storage now. Professor Taylor was the second death caused by his damned curiosity. So people who met Daniel are dying. First was the geologist who understood rocks and talked to Daniel. Now Professor Taylor. Probably for the best. It's... Oh, frick. It's probably time me to find out a ton. Be a refueling station down here.
It's cold. It's so cold.
More laudanum. Laudanum. I have no clue what that is. It's more unsettling that they didn't differentiate their prey or victims. evade the monster by standing on something. Oh well. Okay. Okay, I'm missing probably one more piece. Hello. Oh, I bet I use it here. Huh. So the orb has some connection. Europe. Neat. Okay. We have a drill. We have explosives, which I'm assuming we're gonna need for the... He panted heavily, trying his best to keep himself from screaming. The medicine cabinet had been overturned and lay collapsed on the floor. He had reached through the broken glass door and grabbed all the sedatives he could find. I wonder what the shadow is. Ah.
5th of July, 1839. Today I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
Hello. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I do. Okay, it needs... What does this do? Let's not touch that yet. I want to reread that. Trinity steam set functions 4-phase amplitude, complete steam flow cycle. Up 8, down 8. Oh, that's what this is, I bet. Okay. That's 3. 8. That's 7, 8. Okay. It probably won't count. Okay. We missed access point down here. Okay. What does this say? Flow. We want Trinity.
July 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void.
No, don't go to
The last
Dr.
few
Tate.
weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
Well, another man's gonna die thanks to you, buddy. Cogweus. Okay. Here's one. Oh, chocolate. I saw one upstairs, so I might as well go back. Okay, where was it? Up, there we go. Just run, Merle. Oh, thank you. I shan't die now. Oh, I probably have to. Okay. Before we do anything, I need to make sure I have all the cogs. Oh, last letter.
17th of July, 1839. How has this escaped me? They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled. I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust the Baron. He better know what he claims. If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
And I don't think he was... Okay, I don't think he's threatening the Baron at that statement. He's just saying, yeah, everyone's gonna die around me if this Baron guy does. So, oh. There we go. Here we go. Oh, don't tell me we have to go back down to pick up those, damaged wheels. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Oh, I made the explosives. Shoot. I'm stupid. Oh, it actually makes sense that I would... Okay. That was inefficient. Hello, creepy.
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
Wonder what... I'm curious about Herbert's motif. The closer to the light you go, the greater the shadow. The reason I'm saying that is because the orb does produce unnatural levels of light, so maybe the shadow is like a guard dog, like Cerberus. If you don't know what Cerberus is, that's a Greek myth. t- Oh, I need to light it. Oops. Oh. Hello.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me! There we go. Okay, we need to find... I think it was... They said there was two rods. But they're only gonna be back down here if they're busted or something. And Danny, what did you do? Wow, she just got fatal. Oh. Oh. In case of a missing rod, it is a full set of 3 rods is available. There's 1 rod in the inner study room. Okay, hold it. You got juked. Oh shit. How bad am I? Creepy baby. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no thank you. I'm gonna see if I can at least get the elevator set up. Okay, we did the 8 up, 8 down. We need the Trinity seat set section. Full phase amplitude, complete steam flow cycle. Okay, we did that. Okay. Okay. Okay, we need Trinity. 4 phase amplitude and flow cycle. Right. Now we need to throw the switch, I guess. Okay. Shoot. Okay, that's done. I did that. What am I missing? It could be that top room, actually. Oh, okay, I need to make sure I did 8 up, 8 down. Okay. Okay, that's 5, 8. 1, 6, 8. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to run without my light for a bit because I'm low on oil. Okay. I don't think he's happy. Oh. Strange letter from him, but it was the only one which offered some comfort.
Rule number 1. If you're getting chased by a malevolent entity that's beyond human comprehension, just hope. Well, I guess this is really descending to the darkness. When I don't go. Rough landing, but you stuck to it. 10 out of 10. The servants avoided him, yet he knew they were there. They all smelled of spice wine, a mystic scent. Well, I guess...
Come, this way.
What was that?
Forgive me, I should have warned you. One of my responsibilities as a Baron is that of a prison warden. This is where criminals are locked up.
Like a dungeon?
Very much so. Come, don't linger.
I miss the old location now. Okay. I'm gonna leave do this in the next video because this is way too much. Thank you for joining my stream. I hope everyone has a good night. Peace out. Bye bye.